All right, just a quick video today. I hope you're having an amazing holiday. I am definitely having a great time, taking some time off just to relax and reset. For now, what I want to do is show you some free virtual instruments, because if you're anything like me, you maybe spent a little too much money this year, and I want to show you some of the stuff that's out there for free right now. Some of it's limited time, so I'll mention that if it is, but I'll put links in the description and little chapters if you want to skip ahead to any of those specific instruments. I'll also be showing you a little bit of music theory as we go along, and maybe put some links to other music theory videos that I've got just to get you thinking about that stuff. Soon I'm going to post a video on practicing. It's something that I think most musicians think about all the time, but it's really hard to get into. So make sure you stay tuned for that video as well. So let's get into some of these free instruments. I've got links in the description, and I've also got some affiliate links, and a couple of these things are things that companies sent me for free. That's why I always put paid promotion at the beginning of my videos if I do use anything like that. So let's get onto it, have some fun, and I hope you all have an amazing holiday and a happy new year. Here we go. So here is Bell Swarm, and we can see that this is an instrument that loads up in the free Labs player by Spitfire Audio, which I've shown other videos on in the past. So do yourself a favor and go get Labs and start downloading some of the free ones, but this Bell Swarm is the newest one. So let's have a listen to this pat. Really beautiful stuff. Let's go look at some of the other ones in this Bell Swarm. There's 7 patches, and they've got this swarm setting, which adds like a tremolo thing. Really beautiful stuff. Let's try the next patch. And I got Glockenspiel Swarm. Let's go back to that vibraphone duo. And basically what I'm using is C major 7, going to F major 7, so the 1 and the 4 chord. And then I'm going to go to an A flat major 7, and these ones all have a 9 in them as well. And with this chord here, we're not in the key of C major anymore, so we're actually borrowing from the key of C minor for a second, and that's what makes this chord sound kind of interesting, because notes are not in that key. Next, I'm going to go to an E flat major 7, and the E flat major 7 also borrowing from the key of C minor for a second, and then I'm going to go to a D minor 7 flat 5, which is the half diminished chord, which makes you feel like, again, that you're still in C minor. And then I'm going to go to a G7 chord with a sharp 5. That's an E flat. All sort of feeling related to the key of C minor until we go back to C major at the beginning. So lo-fi stuff, I mean, there's all sorts of things that people are using to get this lo-fi sound, but it's really just kind of a jazzy sound is all that's happening. And borrowing from the relative minor, if you're in a major key, or vice versa, can give you a really interesting sound. So more on music theory stuff, I'll post some videos in the link, but that's the chords that I'm using in this little idea. So I'm just going to play in these chords on the vibraphone duo. Maybe we'll punch in the beat next. I'll show you what we're going to do for that. And you know what I could do to make this sound a little bit more interesting? I could add some more chromatic stuff. So I could take my C major 7 chord and I could move it up a semitone right before the second time it comes in. So I'm going to cheat a little bit to do that, and just going to grab this chord right here. I'm going to hold Option and drag that up so it happens right before bar 3 there. And I'm just going to hold Command so I can move this exactly anywhere I want. Bypass the snap for a second. So chromatic step of the same chord above going down, or even below sometimes. Also a really neat little technique. So that's enough of the music theory stuff. Let's put a beat in there and turn that click off because I know it drives some people crazy. We're gonna use crate cuts for this one. I love crate cuts. There's no denying that, and it just works so perfectly for this kind of thing, and it's not free. So this is the only thing in here that's not free. I apologize. So here we go. Let's put something in. That's the Hang 10 kit from Crate Cuts, man. It's just so good. Another little tip here is to take the bass drum and make sure your bass is hitting on those same notes. It's not a hard and fast rule, of course, but let's just try that. Let's take this little drum kit that we've got here, and we're gonna go over to another free instrument that I've got on here, and that is the Zebralette, or the Zebralette, I think, as the British people say it. And this Zebralette is free from Hypha, and I do have a link to Hypha's sale right now because they've got a whole bunch of virtual instruments, including Zebra, on sale right now, which is kind of rare for them, and they're 50% off. So I'll put a link in the description for that. But you can also go and just download Zebralette for free, and you can also download demos of all their other stuff before you even buy them. So anyways, let's play around with Zebralette, and I've also got a free filter on here. This one is by Arturia. So Arturia also has a Christmas gift out right now, and I think it's only for a couple more days. So make sure you go pick that one up. It's free, and they're gonna be charging 100 bucks for this as soon as this little promotion thing is over. So very nice little filter. It's got really cool presets, and we're just gonna play around with it just a little bit on a couple patches here. Let's try this out. So I've already got a bass loaded up from the Zebralette. And I have gone and put this filter MS-20 on it. So let's take that bypass off that. So that's a really nice little patch on the filter MS-20, which is emulating the filter on a famous synthesizer. Just Google it and you'll figure out which one it is. To steal the bass line from my drums that I just made, I'm gonna hold Option and drag this pattern over here onto our bass, and zoom out by double clicking again, and I'm going to select all of the notes except for the bass drum, get rid of them, and we're going to click on the first one right here, just go Command A, and then we're going to press Shift Octave, and we're going to take them down a couple octaves. Maybe that's a little too much. We'll go Shift up an octave. Now I just need to figure out the rest of my chords. This one I know is an F, so I'm going to take that down to an F. And then I had that chromatic thing. Let's see. You know what? I could take these guys up, shift up a semitone to the C sharp, and then we're back to the C. We're not quite there yet. What we need to do is make these notes a little bit longer. And so what I can do is take all of these notes that are, right before what would be like a snare hit, and I'm just gonna drag them out, make them a little bit longer. That'll probably help. Okay, so next we're gonna try another virtual instrument out here. This one is called Soundpaint. And Soundpaint has been around for a couple of years, and I've been wanting to look at their stuff for a long time, and I just went over to their website and found that they had a free patch out right now, and it's called Free Angels. They also have a piano that's free, so you just have to make an account and you get those ones for free. I've watched a lot of their videos, and Trolls, the kind of genius behind all of Soundpaint, is incredible. Guy's like just an amazing musician, but he's just come up with such a really interesting virtual instrument. So I definitely want to be exploring this one in the future. I don't have any affiliate links or anything like that, but I just really like what they're doing. So let's check out a couple patches from this Free Angels sound here. Just went to the effects here, turned off the distortion. Don't really need that, but look at this interface. It's just beautiful, resizable, love it. So anyways, more of this stuff to come definitely in the future. So the next one we're going to look at is one called Hypha, and Hypha is also free just for a little while. And this one is by Native Instruments, and it is a Play series instrument, but I think you do have to have Contact 7 to make this one work. It looks like some of the factory patches, the new factory patches in Contact 7. So that's the only caveat with this one. You need to have Contact 7, but it'd be worth getting right now, even if you don't have Contact 7, so that in the future when you get Contact 7, you can use it, because it's only a limited time thing. So let's start from scratch with this one. Drop in some keys. Okay, let's try this one's got some reverse reverb on it, which is kind of cool. So let's try turning on the chord. We'll just go to an octave. Now we're getting a full octave every time I'm playing one single note. And let's go over to the effects, and we'll put it to, let's put it to a large hall. Ah, that sounds nice. Let's put that one in there. Okay, so another thing I'm going to show off here is the BBC Orchestra. This one is free, Spitfire audio as well. I've used this for students who are getting into composition and stuff many times because it is free. Yeah, to get all of the instruments of the orchestra, resizable interface, and all you have to do is click up in the top here and you've got your different sections of the orchestra over on the left-hand side. So we go woodwinds, brass, percussion, and strings. So let's give the flutes a try on this one. Really nice. I'm going to take this sort of melody that I've got in this pad, and I'm going to copy that over to the flute section. And all I'm going to do is steal that melody line at the top. So I'm just going to delete all of the other notes, just so we have some kind of consistency. Let's see how this sounds. All right, so the last thing I'm going to do is just load up a synth lead sound. So I've got the Zebralette on there, and we're just going to go look at a few patches. And let's go to the browser and just look for some lead patches in here. And this one, again, is just a free instrument. All right, that sounds nice. Let's go with that one. Get out of the browser. And you can see that these are all NKS ready, and they actually show up with some macros on here already. So now I'm just going to solo this, play it out. So I'll be using the C major scale on the C chord, same thing on the F chord, and then when we get to the A flat, it's kind of like we're thinking in the key of E flat for a moment. D minor 7 flat 5, that one I'm going to be using the same scale that I was just on, that really what amounts to an E flat major scale, or you can think of it as a C minor natural minor scale. And then the last chord is the G with the raised fifth, the sharp 5, and for that one I'm going to be using the altered scale. I should make a video about the altered scale, but just look it up. The altered scale works on these bizarre chords. So here we go, play it out. Happy New Year to all of you. Thank you so much to my followers for an amazing year, 2022. So excited about 2023. See you in the next video.